எனதருமை சகோதர சகோதரிகளுக்கு நமஸ்காரம். நமது தெய்வம் அவர்கள் இயேசு பெருமானை பற்றி நிறைய விஷயங்களை வெளியிட்டுள்ளார்கள். இயேசு குழந்தையாக இருந்த பொழுதே இயேசுவை அவருடைய குரு பெருமானிடம் ஒப்படைத்து விட்டதாகவும், குரு இயேசுவை அதாவது குழந்தையை எடுத்துக்கொண்டு சிதம்பரம் வந்து விட்டதாகவும், அங்கு இயேசுவிற்கு தமிழில் ஞானத்தை போதித்ததாகவும் தெரிவித்துள்ளார்கள். இயேசு சைவம், வைணவம், புத்தம் போன்ற மதங்களின் முக்கிய கருத்துக்களை தான் போதித்துள்ளார்கள். சமீபத்தில் பிபிசி என்னும் பிரிட்டிஷ் செய்தி நிறுவனம் இதற்கான நிறைய ஆதாரங்களை வெளியிட்டுள்ளது. இயேசு இந்தியாவில் தான் வாழ்ந்தார், வளர்ந்தார். இயேசு அவருடைய 14 வயது முதல் 29 வயது வரை இந்தியாவில் தான் கல்வி பயின்றதாக நிறைய ஆதாரங்களை இந்த நிறுவனம் வெளியிட்டுள்ளது. இது நமது தெய்வ வாக்கிற்கு ஆதாரமாக உள்ளது. தமிழ் ஆராய்ச்சி நிறுவனம் இயேசு சிலுவையில் அறையப்பட்ட பொழுது தமிழில் பேசினார் என்பதை நிரூபித்துள்ளது. இந்த காட்சி ஆங்கிலத்தில் உள்ளது. இது எல்லோரும் பாருங்கள். அனைவருக்கும் நமஸ்காரம்.
Jesus is said to have spoken 7 words, that is sentences, after being nailed to the cross. The 7 sayings form part of a Christian meditation that is often used during Holy Week and Good Friday. The traditional order of the saying is: 1. Forgiveness. Father, forgive them, for they know not what they do. 2. Salvation. Truly, I say to you, today you will be with me in paradise. 3. Relationship. Woman, behold your son. Behold your mother. 4. Abandonment. My God, why have you forsaken me? 5. Distress. I thirst. 6. Triumph. It is finished. 7. Reunion. Father, into your hands I commit my spirit. First of all, we shall make some general observations regarding these sayings. These sayings are English retranslations of original Greek translations of what Jesus actually said. Hence, what was the language that Jesus used while he said these words? Did he use one language or more than one language? What were the languages? The sayings 1, 2 and 7 are found in the Gospels of Luke and Luke only. Sayings 3, 5 and 6 are found in the Gospels of John and John only. However, the saying 4 is found in both the Gospels of Matthew and Mark. Hence, there is corroboration only for this saying. Moreover, the most important observation we make of this saying is that it is the only one in Jesus' own words. Eli, Eli, lama sabachthani, Matthew. Eloi, Eloi, lama sabachthani, Mark. Hence, there has been controversies as to what was actually meant by Jesus when he uttered these words. For the past 2000 years, till yesterday, it remained a mystery. No one so far has given a word-by-word meaning of this saying. It has all been variety of gross interpretations based on assumptions. Many believe that it is a word of ancient Aramaic language. Some say that it is ancient hypothetical new language of the Naga Maya people. Before analyzing the words of Jesus, we shall consider the historical settings. BBC has done research in this regard and have published a video. According to it, Jesus had gone to India to study Buddhism, and he was in India from the age of 14 to the age of 29. It says that during this period, there was no record of his existence in Israel. Before analyzing its inferences more, we shall exhibit a clipping of that video the part which is relevant to our discussion.
But to understand that, we have to go back to the year of his birth. We all recognize the story in Matthew's Gospel of the 3 wise men from the east who followed a star and presented themselves and their gifts to the baby Jesus. What we perhaps don't recognize immediately is the similarity between this story and the traditions of a religion that is 500 years older than Christianity: Buddhism. When a great Buddhist holy man or lama dies, wise men consult the stars and other omens and set off, often on extraordinarily long journeys, to find the infant who is the reincarnation of the lama. When the child is old enough, he's taken away from his parents and educated in the Buddhist faith. Could this be the origin of the story of the 3 wise men? Could Jesus have been taken to India as a child and taught as a Buddhist? The Russian writer Nikolai Notovich, traveling in India in the 19th century, discovered an ancient manuscript in a Buddhist monastery in Tibet. In his book, The Unknown Life of Jesus Christ, Notovich translated this manuscript, and it tells of a divine child called Isa, born in the 1st century, to a poor family in Israel. Isa came to India at the age of 14, where he learned the laws of Buddhism before returning to Israel at the age of 29. This idea would certainly explain the otherwise odd fact that from the age of 14 to 29, there's absolutely no record of Jesus' existence in Palestine. Certainly Jesus' later teaching and miracles have uncanny parallels with the teaching and miracles of the Buddha. Loving your enemies and the idea that the meek will inherit the earth have absolutely no tradition in the Jewish religion, but are entirely consistent with Buddhism.
Apart from the fact that Jesus was learning Buddhism in India, we learn that his original name, as recorded in the Buddhist documents, is Isa. It was this original name which got modified as Isa, Yeshua, Jeshua, Jesus. It is thus quite likely that it was Jesus who was called Isa in the Tibetan Buddhist records. The fact that his childhood Jewish name pairs well with the anglicized name called Jesus lends further strength that Jesus visited India and learned Buddhism. We have already shown that Buddhism is a Tamil's contribution. It was no wonder, as the pan-Indian language of pre-Aryan India was Tamil. The Indus Valley language too was Tamil, as predated Indus Valley script are found in South India, including Sri Lanka. In Jaffna, a bilingual Tamil versus Indus script seal was found, which proves that Indus script evolved from Tamil land, and Tamili script resulted from the continuous evolution of that script. This is a huge area to be discussed, and we shall treat it in another video. But the fact we want to state here is that Tamil is the most ancient language. Hence, its traces could be found in every language of the world. One instance of this is found in the childhood name of Jesus itself, in the Aramaic Hebrew languages. Isa. Isa is a Tamil name. It is another name of Shiva, the ancient Tamil god. The meaning of the word Isa is the giver of new beings. Early human was a nature worshipper. Shivalinga was worshipped by early humans to enhance the human population, as the population at the time was very small and they needed more people to face the predators and natural calamities. Shivalinga is nothing but the composite form of the sex organs necessary for reproduction. Etymology of Shivalingam: Shivam plus Alangam, Shivalangam, Shivalingam. Shivam means red, Shivandadu, in Tamil representing menstrual blood and hence representing female part. Alangam, Al plus Angam, Alangam, part of a male body. Even the Star of David is said to be an abstract representation of Shivlinga, the phallus. Isa is just not one word alone. There are a number of Tamil words in Hebrew language. Jews' original ancient language had been Tamil. Jews were Tamils in the bygone era. In fact, our contention is that the entire present human race had diversified from the Africo-Tamil origin. This is another huge subject which is beyond the scope of this video. As Hebrew evolved from Aramaic, Aramaic is more close to Tamil than even Hebrew. Jesus was supposed to have spoken Aramaic, as Hebrew was only a liturgical language handling Judaism at the time. Hence, majority of the Jews conversed in Aramaic, certain unknown dialect of Aramaic. By the grace of Buddha and Jesus, we are able to supply proof that the Aramaic language had Tamil words. Mel Gibson has directed a film called The Passion of the Christ. That film used Aramaic language as a language of the film, and to make it comprehensible, it was made with English subtitles. This film used 4th century Common Era Aramaic and not the Aramaic of the BCE, as no one knew what it was like before Common Era. Jesus calls the Father, that is God, as Appa, which is a chaste Tamil word. We are showing a clipping of that film here, showing Jesus calling God as Appa. While Jesus uttered the third saying, we are able to identify two words which are of Tamil origin. In this saying, he asked his most trusted follower, John, to take care of his mother, Mary, and he asked his mother, Mary, to take care of John. In this clipping, he calls John as Magan, a chaste Tamil word meaning son. Tamil word called Parthukka literally means see or observe, while the intended meaning is take care. Jesus uses Parthak, a slightly distorted form of Parthukka. Kindly watch the following clipping with attention and the annotations we have displayed, and these things would be automatically clear.
Johannan Barlu Imak Sister No Upaki.
In the second saying of Jesus, he calls out in response to the criminal's advance, Amen. Amen. Legosoi. Paradise. Amen is a word of Tamil origin. Amen is the expression of affirmation and acceptance. Etymology of Amen. Am plus Am. Amam. Yes plus yes. Yes, yes. The literary pronunciation of this Tamil word is Amam, and the colloquial pronunciation is Ama, which changed to Amen in the course of time. Amen is a word used all over the world in Christian churches. It is purely a word of Tamil origin. We can dig out hundreds of words of Tamil origin from both Hebrew and Aramaic. Hence, the point we make here is that Aramaic was itself a Tamili language. One more astounding fact is that the word root of Aramaic itself is Tamil. Aram was one of the 16 grandsons of Noah. The descendants of Aram spoke Aramaic, which had slowly evolved from Aram's own language, which was Tamil. Etymology of Aramaic. Aram plus Y, Aramwai, Aramai, Aramaic. Jesus, having been to India, and Buddhism being a Tamil's contribution, and Tamil being surviving language of North India at the time, Jesus knew Tamil as well. We shall now turn to the fourth saying of Jesus on the cross, which is the subject of discussion of this video. Though we have established that Aramaic evolved from Tamil and Jesus spoke Aramaic while on the cross, we say that the fourth saying is spoken completely in chaste Tamil and not in Aramaic. We have already said that it is the only saying of all the 7 sayings which was recorded on the words of Jesus without translating it. We say that it is purely a chaste Tamil word. Eloi, Eloi, lama sabachthani. Now we have to first note a few points before deciphering this statement. In the process of crucifixing, they nail the palms and foot of the person on the cross, and hence the whole body hangs on these supports only. Hence, there would be intense pain at these points and total discomfort for the entire body. It is an extremely painful punishment, and the crucified person normally takes a few days to die while experiencing extreme pain all along. While undergoing such pain, Jesus seems to have uttered these words in the 9th hour after crucifixing. His sayings shall be properly syntaxed as in the following. We shall now explain each word in the saying. Eloi is a Tamil word in verbal form addressing or soliciting El, the God. Ancient Tamils were nature worshippers. They worshipped the sun, the root of life on earth, and that is preserved to this day in Pongal festival, where the first day of Pongal festival is devoted to thanking the sun god. Ellamma, Ellan, Ellalan are Tamil names commonly used as names of persons even today, just like Ishwar, Krishna, etc. Ancient Tamil literature has copious evidence that El meant sun. For instance, El uru mavval naalum Kurundogai, Ellaru பொழுதில் முல்லை மலரும் குறுந்தொகை, எல்லவிழ் மாலையோடன்னுற்றுணர்கள் சிலம்பு. Following the original Tamil tradition, El meant God in Jewish tradition also. We know that Jesus learnt Buddhism in India. By the time Jesus visited India to learn Buddhism, the original non-theistic Buddhism was eliminated and theistic Mahayana Buddhism was in place. According to this tradition, Buddha was worshipped as God. Jesus naturally got accustomed to this tradition. Hence, the word Lama, the meaning of which is saint, in his saying means Lama of Buddhism, and the primary Lama, the Buddha himself. Sabak, Sabam, Savam. Savam means death in Tamil. Savam became Sabam or Saba due to Va-Ba distortion. For instance, Vangalam, Bengal, Vishwas, Vishwas. Ta is a chaste Tamil word meaning give. Ni is a chaste Tamil word meaning you. Hence, the fourth saying of Jesus is
Eloi, Eloi, lama sabachthani, sabachthani.
In the English translation of the above saying, death give you might not be a valid sentence as per English grammar, and Jesus did not speak English anyway. But it is grammatically correct as per Tamil grammar. According to English grammar, it should be read as, O God, O Lama, you give death. It was very natural for any person to plead for death while undergoing intense and continuing pain. Jesus had been experiencing this pain for several hours, and obviously he wanted to end his life. This is what is expected of any human made of bone, flesh and nerve, albeit being a son of God. Jesus could have used 3 languages while on the cross. Whenever he addressed to the Roman centurions, he would have used Greek language. But this is not guaranteed, as Greek was an oppressor's language and Jesus was a revolutionary. Hence, it is very unlikely that he would have used Greek while on the cross. However, while conversing with the Greek officials, his use of Greek is not ruled out. he would have used Aramaic, which was his own language. He would have used this language while speaking to his Jewish people, like he's speaking to John and Mary, as seen in the previous video shown. However, while speaking to himself or while pleading to the Almighty, he would have used the language that was close to his heart. Since Jesus knew Buddhism is Tamil's contribution, and most probably learned Buddhism through Tamil, his liking for this language could have been great. There is one more angle through which we shall look into this matter. We have already proved, using the video clippings of the Passion of the Christ, that 4th century Aramaic had many Tamil words. Jesus would have understood the fact that Tamil was a global language in his times. After all, Tamil had been trading with Jewish King Solomon too. Since Jesus stayed in India for 15 years, unlike the most people in the West, he would have understood that Tamil was the original language of the world. This was possible for him as he got the wisdom from both the regions. The fact that many place names of Mediterranean regions are Tamil names would have also helped him to get to the bottom of the truth. Some examples are Erythraean Sea, presently called as Red Sea, Eri plus Thirai, a sea of burning waves. Mediterranean Sea, Medi plus terrain, Madu plus Tarai. Madutarai become Mediterranean. The meaning is a sea formed in a cavity in the midst of land. Caspian Sea, Kasapu Kadal. Kasapu of Tamil became Caspian of Western language. It's a landlocked water body expected to be drinkable but actually bitter in taste. Cyprus Island, Sepparai, Seppu plus Arai. Sepparai, Cyprus, Cyprus. Seppu means copper, Arai means mining pit. Cyprus is an island where copper was mined. Bethlehem, Beth plus Alahu plus Aham. Beth, a living place. Alahu, food grain. Aham, inside. The meaning of Bethlehem is a living place where food is available. Since Bethlehem is surrounded by desert and is watered by Jordan River, it was obviously fertile food generating land compared to the desert around, and hence named as such in Tamil in the ancient era. All these words would have been pronounced differently and directly resembling Tamil pronunciation at the times of Jesus, which is 2000 years ago. All these facts being known to Jesus and knowing the beauty of Tamil language, this would have been his choicest language, just like Greek being so for the Jews of Jesus' times and English being so for Indians today, both these languages being the language of their foreign rulers. Hence, Eloi, Eloi, lama sabachthani is surely a saying in chaste Tamil, and Jesus on the cross spoke Tamil.